What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Frank the Kid Stewart back at y'all with another Hard on the Paint. Look, we're gonna go in and recap what happened during Week 5. I know we got a game tonight between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Jacksonville Jaguars, but we can go in and recap still the other games that went along with it, and we're gonna take a look forward at what's going on in Week 6. But before we do that, man, hey, let's talk about some of the upsets. Oh, by the way, for any real sports fan out there, hockey season starts tomorrow. And then basketball season right around the corner, baby. We're in preseason right now. And basketball, boy, that's a great time to be alive because I'll tell you, basketball's intense. Drinking that Blackberry Crown. But yeah, hockey season starts tomorrow. We're already in the midst of the MLB playoffs. Football season just started a month ago. You know, college football is going on. Basketball season's about to start. Hockey's about to start, man. It's a great time to be alive in all these sports. But let's watch some upsets that happened this past weekend in college football. Cincinnati upset Iowa, even though Cincinnati was, Iowa State, even though Cincinnati was the favorites, they wasn't ranked. Iowa State was. They lost 30-38. What else happened? Oh yeah, Penn State lost to UCLA. UCLA was winless all season, and then motherfucking UCLA came in and beat them. It was in California. The score was 37. Penn State 42. UCLA. So hey, anything can happen on Saturdays when it comes to college football. Virginia was the underdogs in that game against Louisville, but they ended up pulling off the win in overtime 30-27. Vanderbilt, Vandy, if anybody knows anything about Vandy was was literally the stumping curb of most not just NCAA football, but definitely the SEC. But they're ranked this year. They did lose against Alabama 30-14, but that was expected. Texas lost to Florida. Now listen, man, is Arch Manning really that guy? He played good. He threw a touchdown. He ran for 2, but man, that's what happens. He got all cocky against these low-ranked, low-budget teams, but then he goes against somebody like Florida, a powerhouse. They get beat 21-29. Let's see what else was there. Any other upsets that I think that happened this past weekend. Well, it wasn't really much of an upset between Miami and Florida State. It was a good game, 28-22, and going Miami's way. Let's see what else. Yeah, it was a short stay for college football, pretty much as far as the top 25 teams go. But yeah, let's move on. Let's talk about NFL. Thursday night football. Rams versus San Francisco. Rams is always up in some games, man, but I felt like they was always down in this game the entire time. We had a chance to win in overtime, and of course, our idiot coach, Sean McVay. If you're watching this, Sean, make better decisions. I get it. You want to go for the win, but sometimes going for the tie is it's not a loss. Just bad play calling. Also, Stafford, you as a quarterback, you as a veteran quarterback, you see the defenses better than Sean McVay does, so you can make adjustments to whatever call once you get to the line. But it's neither here or there. Rams right now are 3-2. Matter of fact, let's look at the standings real quick for everybody. All right. AFC East, Buffalo Bills 4-1. They lost yesterday. Then you got New England Patriots, Dolphins, and the Jets. That's in the NFC. That's in the AFC East. AFC North, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. I don't know how they're still even holding on, but Cincinnati, Baltimore, and Cleveland. AFC South, surprisingly, you got the Colts, then Jacksonville Jaguars, who plays tonight. If they come away with a win against the Chiefs, they'll be 4-1. So they'll be tied with Indianapolis. Houston and Tennessee. Tennessee's expected to be low. I'm surprised they got a shock out of it. They got a win yesterday. I know Cam Ward's been kind of pissed off, but hey, I get it. You want to win, bro. You're a winner. You won in college, and you want to win now. AFC South, Chargers, Denver, Kansas City plays tonight. So Kansas City wins tonight. They'll jump up to 3-2, and they'll be tied with Denver and the Raiders. And then over there looking at the NFC North, Detroit 4-1. Green Bay 2-1, Minnesota 3-2, and the Bears 2-2. NFC East, Philadelphia, Washington, Dallas, and New York. New York and Philadelphia played on Thursday. Them conference games, the division games are always tough. So, do I think Giants are going to pull out that dub? Not really. But hey, Denver did. So, if you could be a team kryptonite easily, that Blackberry fire. NFC South, Tampa Bay, good team. They beat Seattle yesterday. Tampa Bay, Atlanta, Carolina, Saints. And rounding out the NFC, San Francisco 49ers, Seattle Seahawks, Rams, and the Cardinals. So let's go. Let's look at some scores and talk about what happened this past week. We're going to talk about the Rams game. All right, the game over there in London, Minneapolis versus the Browns. Hey, Minnesota's running off for like just straight, like at this point, just adrenaline. You know, Justin Jefferson's doing his thing. No matter who's this quarterback, he's gonna ball out. Carson Wentz did get hurt for a second. We didn't think he was gonna come back, but he did. And not only did he come back, he got the win. So good for them. Minnesota Vikings is still being competitive, no matter who the quarterback is. And this just shows you how good of a receiver Justin Jefferson is, because it doesn't matter who his quarterback is, he's gonna produce. You know, hey, take notes, Jamal Chase. Anyway, Dallas Cowboys 37-22 against the Jets. Easy work. Who went off in that game? I think somebody went crazy off. Let me see, who was it? Wasn't really it was Williams. 16 rushes for 135 yards and a tutty. So he balled out. He balled out definitely. The Jets is just the Jets, man. Brees Hall did his thing, 113 yards. Gary Wilson had 71 yards with the touchdown, but the Jets are just being the Jets right now. Denver versus Philadelphia. Let's talk about that one. Denver got the win. They went into Philly and they beat them 21-17. A second-year quarterback, Bo Nix, went into Philly and beat them 21-17. Bo Nix, yes, he had 242 yards of passing touchdown. He did throw a pick because Philadelphia's defense is real good, but it wasn't good enough to stop them. But let's talk about what's happened on the Philly side. Jalen Hurts did finally throw 280 yards, almost 300 yards, probably his best passing game this year, but he was forced to pass the ball. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, that touch push didn't work because he got 2 rushes for 3 yards. Barkley got 6 rushes for 30 yards. Give that man the ball. A.J. Brown, once again, non-factor, 5 catches for 43 yards. A.J. Brown, man, hey, come to the Rams, man. Come to the Rams. We'll take you open hand. You can be, just imagine A.J. Brown, Puka Nacua, and D.A. together. Ooh, man, but hey, for real, that's y'all superstar, Philly. Feed him. I get Jalen Hurts is a great quarterback as far as game management-wise because he can't throw worth shit, and he doesn't read shit very well, but hey, you want to keep your stars happy. And at the end of the day, yes, he already got his ring, but now he's all about his legacy. And that goes for anybody, even Barkley. Barkley balled out last year, 2,000-plus yards. Now this man's barely cracking 40, 50 a game. I don't know what's going on, Philly, but get it right. You guys got New York this week, all right? Houston got the win against Baltimore. Baltimore is banged up. If Lamar Jackson was in the game and they get the ball to Derrick Henry, it would be a whole different story. But Houston, hey, a win's a win. 44-10 in Baltimore. Curb stomped them. New York Giants, they finally came down to earth after Jackson Duck's first win. He finally came back to earth and got beat by double digits against the Saints, 14-26. Raiders got ass beat 6-40 by the Indianapolis Colts. I think also in that game, I want to say Geno Smith threw some picks because that's very effective of Geno Smith. He threw 2 picks. Yep. That's Geno Smith for you. I think he leads the league right now in picks. That dude, I don't know. He's just throwing the ball to the other team all the damn time. It is what it is. Colts on the other side, though. Anthony Richardson got play time. He threw 2 passes, completed 1. But Danny Dimes did the thing, 212, 2 touchdowns. Once again, Jonathan Taylor, probably the best running back right now today in the game as far as fantasy-wise go. 3 tutties. I mean, that's just been his MO lately, is scoring touchdowns. It's crazy. Colts is a good team. I remember I told you at the beginning of the year I thought they was going to tank, try to get Arch Manning. Boy, was I wrong. So, hey, as a man, I was wrong about the Colts. Rams did beat them, though, last week. Just saying. Miami versus Carolina. Carolina got the dub, 27-24. This is a shootout right here. This is a good game between Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold. It was 38-35. A banged-up Tampa Bay went into Seattle, which is a very, very hard place to play. They went to CenturyLink Stadium, the 12th man, and they beat them 38-35. Baker Mayfield went off. Sam Darnold went off. Like, here's some of the stats. They both went off. Remember, they came in the same draft class. Baker Mayfield went 1st overall. Sam Darnold went 3rd overall. They've been playing each other. They played together in Carolina. They both went off. Baker Mayfield, 29 for 33. He missed 4 passes for 379 yards and 2 tutties. That boy went the fuck off. All right. Ibuka, that's probably going to be rookie of the year. 7 catches, 163 yards in the tutty. I mean, that dude's nice. The dude is built like a tank. He can catch. He's tall. I mean, the dude's tough. I mean, that dude's going to be definitely an amazing player one day. But he already is. But, as time goes on. Sam Darnold went off as well. He only had 6 incompletion. 28 for 34 with 341 yards, 4 tutties, and a pick. JSN went off. Clearly, he's the number one receiver on their team. 8 catches, 131 yards, and a tutty. I'm trying to tell you, man, there was a good shootout between two teams. There was a great shootout. No defense, but it was all offense. And nowadays, that's what we want to see. It's a lot of offense, you know? Tennessee got the first win in the last seconds of the game, so big ups to Cam Ward, 22-21 against Arizona Cardinals, and it helped me out quite a bit because Arizona is a Rams rival and also Rams division. So hey, thank you, Cam Ward, getting that done. Washington went into the Chargers territory and curved something 27-10. It's a big difference when you got your QB1 in the game. It's a huge difference when you no disrespect to Marcus Mariota. Marcus Mariota was Rookie of the Year. He was that guy, won the Heisman, but it's different when you have the other Heisman winner, the other Rookie of the Year playing at the same time too, and it makes a huge difference. Like I said, 27-10 in the way of the Commanders. Detroit won 37-24. I'm not gonna lie, I thought Cincinnati was gonna make a comeback, but Cincinnati's banged up. Joe Burrow, man, look, bro, I need you to stay healthy because Joe Burrow is dangerous when he's healthy, but that falls. I'm trying to say though, like you should be able to adapt. The Cincinnati skill players need to adapt to whoever's throwing the ball. I mean, let's just be honest. Because Jamal Chase, you've been picked up as number 1 in most people's fantasy leagues. You haven't produced. Chase Brown, you've been picked up probably in the second round. Most fantasy leagues, T. Higgins, same thing. Joe Burrow. So those 4 right there has been probably picked up easy in the top 7 rounds of most people's fantasy drafts. And it's just been showing up. It has not been showing up. You guys got to learn how to adapt. I thought they was going to come back and beat Detroit yesterday. They did not. Detroit ended up winning 37-24, which is a double-digit win, but Cincinnati did make a last second push. Upset of the night. So imagine if you have a 10-leg parlay like I did yesterday, and the first 9 legs hit, and you got one game that's supposed to be a shoo-in. Thank God it was a ghost bet, but you're supposed to have one game that's supposed to be a shoo-in. Which was supposed to be New England Patriots beating the hell out of Buffalo Bills beating the hell out of the New England Patriots. Well, it didn't happen that way. It didn't happen that way. Well, I did say May, so I guess I might as well talk about Drake May. Drake May, boy went off 273 yards. No touchdowns, no picks, though. He played a very, very clean game. Stephon Diggs said, revenge game. Give me the ball and watch me work. 10 receptions for 146 yards. Boy's balled out against his old team. You love to see it sometimes because who was really the issue in the locker room at the time? Who knows? Josh Allen, 2 tutties, 253 yards. Of course, he did this thing on the ground. No tutties for him, though, on the ground. Dalton Kincaid, 108 yards for 6 receptions. Cool. Whatever. The teams that had the bye that we did not talk about was Atlanta, Chicago, Green Bay, and Pittsburgh. We're entering week 6 this week, and the teams with byes are Houston and Minnesota. So that's huge for a lot of fantasy teams because, boy. Anyways, Thursday night, Philadelphia versus Giants. I think Philadelphia should be to take care of that game. It is in New York, so Barkley's going back home, and we already know what he did against his home team last year. Sunday morning, we got a game in London, which is Denver versus Jets. Jets need to get it together, but Denver should be to win that game with no problem. We have Indianapolis Colts versus Arizona Cardinals. That game can honestly go either way. Rams versus Baltimore. Hopefully, DeMar Jackson's still out. If he is, and Rams got that game, it is in Baltimore. Cleveland versus Pittsburgh. That game can go either way as well, but I'm going to take Pittsburgh. Seattle versus Jacksonville. It's going to be a close game. Jacksonville's not a bad team at all, but I'm going to go. I think Seattle's going to go down to Duval and go and take care of business against Jacksonville. Chargers versus Miami. Chargers coming off of a tough loss too. Miami's not looking too bad. But I got to hand it to the Chargers because obviously Miami's still missing and will be missing their best weapon, which is Tyreek Hill. Dallas Cowboys versus Carolina. Carolina's running hot right now. So is Dallas, though. So I'm going to have to give it to Dallas on that one. Patriots and versus Saints. Patriots sneaky good. The game's in New Orleans, but Patriots is sneaky good. Saints is coming off a win. But I got to give it to New England. San Francisco versus Tampa Bay, in my opinion, game of the week. It all depends on who all San Francisco get back. San Francisco will figure out ways to win against other teams with Mac Jones. Mac Jones is not a bad quarterback. Remember, Mac Jones was the quarterback that was supposed to go to San Fran back when he got drafted. But he's Mac Jones is balling out. But I got to give that game to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is just out there winning games without star players and whatnot. I mean, they're a good team. Cincinnati versus Green Bay. Green Bay got that game. Cincinnati's just going to be a bottom bitch this year. Detroit versus Kansas City. That game can honestly go either way. I think if Kansas City comes out there today, get a dub, right off that dub into next week, they might be able to have that game. I remember last year Detroit did beat them in the first game of the season, and I'm sure all Kansas City Chiefs fans remember that. Monday night, we get blessed with two more games. We get two games Monday night. Buffalo Bills versus Atlanta. That game's going to be closer to what people think it is. I can see Atlanta possibly coming out with the win. But since I'm a betting man, obviously I'm going to take Buffalo, but I do think Atlanta has a chance to win that game. Bears and Commanders, the first overall quarterback picked, and then the second overall quarterback picked in the same draft class. When they played last year, I think Jaden Daniels did win that game. And I think Jaden Daniels going to win that game of this year again because the Bears ain't really shit. Anyway, Monday Night Football, Kansas City Chiefs versus Jacksonville. My shift got canceled, so you already know where I'm going to be at. Watching Monday Night Football. Anyway, y'all, stay safe out there. And as always, love, peace, and hair grease. 1.